Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am finally going to be rating my subscribers' portraits. Now, if you know me or if you follow me on social media, then you've probably seen me post saying things before, like I really hate when people ask me to give them feedback on their art or give them like constructive criticism or whatever the case. I just really kind of stray away from judging other people's work because, for one, I'm real picky. So 9 times out of 10, if you had to ask me to comment on it and tell you what I think about it, I probably don't think it's good. When I really like something, I'm very open about it, and I love to compliment people when I think that they're dope. So yeah, that's number 1. For 2, I don't know, I guess there's not really a number 2. It's just really the fact that most of the time I don't have nothing positive to say, and I just rather not say anything at all. Since I never do it and people are always asking me, I decided to let my subscribers and my Twitter and Instagram followers and whoever else submit portraits to me that they want my opinion on. So I'm going to be judging those portraits today. Like I said, I don't even like to say anything mean, so I'm not going to be like a dickhead about it. But I'm going to be honest. Okay, so this first one I'm going to talk about, it looks like a graphite and charcoal portrait of a man with locks. I think this is actually a self-portrait of the guy who sent me this. First of all, the skill level as far as like shading is, I think, phenomenal, especially with the hair. Like locks and natural hair, like, and with some mediums it's a little easier to work with, like charcoal or like pastel, because you just like spread it around a lot, and it doesn't have to be like in straight lines like straight hair. But to be able to like draw locks, get all the little tiny details of where the locks are highlighted at, you know, where they're kinkier at, where they're finer at, all the little tiny fine baby hairs, like that is dope. And that's some shit I can't do. So definitely phenomenal shading. And in the face too, like the eyes are very realistic. The eyebrows are very realistic. I think people like mess up with eyebrows a lot because they kind of try to do it all at once instead of like doing each little stroke of hair separately. So yeah, the facial expression is really popping out. So the detail in the face is like really good because his facial expression is very clear and obvious. The fingers as well too, like he got all the little wrinkles. And yeah, I know this is a portrait and I'm technically not supposed to be judging hands, but whatever. Yeah, the only thing I would say is that the hands look like, I mean not the hands, the fingers look a little too, like they don't look as proportional as they should. Like I don't know if it's just the index finger that looks too short compared to the other fingers, because it ends where the other finger is bending it. But other than that, it's dope. Okay, so this next artist submitted 2 portraits. One is in graphite, I believe, and the other one is, I believe, color pencil. I think, as far as skill level, it looks like between beginner and intermediate, I would say. And the reason I say that is because of the hair, and also it doesn't have the shading in the face, doesn't have enough depth to it. Depth to it. It just looks like there could be, like, the shadows could be a lot deeper and darker, and the highlights could be a lot brighter. As far as proportion, it looks good. I can kind of tell the angle that it's coming from. It kind of looks like he's looking down. So I can get that from the way the proportions are in the shading. I think they did tell me that it's unfinished though. So maybe that's why. But as far as the color pencil portrait, I feel like this artist is a lot more skilled with color. I don't know if it's just color in general, or yeah, I think it is. I think this artist is a lot more skilled with color, because everything that I said was wrong with the Graphite portrait is so much better here. And this one is a lot more realistic, and the shadow is because of the shadows and the highlights. The shadows are a lot more darker, the highlights are a lot more brighter, so you can see the dimensions of the face. And like for this color pencil portrait, the skill level looks like really, really good. The only thing I would say is, like, with the eyebrows, try to do more of like those single strokes with like a really sharp, like sharpen your pencil really, really thin and like get in there with that little tiny point to make those fine hair strokes for the eyebrows. But other than that, it looks good. This next artist also submitted to portrait, and I definitely do think the more recent one is better. They clearly weren't going for realism, so I'm not going to judge them on how realistic it looks. But proportion wise and depth wise and skill level wise, the first one, first of all, I'm gonna try to be unbiased with this, because this type of shading is like one of my least favorite. Actually, it might be my least favorite when it comes to paintings. This type of shading like really irks me, so I'm gonna try not to be biased with my judgment and just like forget that I hate that. But outside of that, I think I like the one that's more recent better. I think because the colors are more vibrant, and y'all know I'm a color person. I think the colors being more vibrant make it a lot more appealing. And I also think the shading is better, because actually when I look at the older one, the shading is, it kind of feels like it's too busy for this particular style. Like, it's just doing too much. And the more recent one looks a lot more simple, but in a good way. Like, we didn't need all of those extra lines and stuff that was in the older one. So I think the more recent one is definitely a lot better. And of course, proportion wise, it looks perfectly fine. Like, I don't see anything that looks out of the ordinary. It looks great. I like it. Okay, yeah, I think this person submitted 2 photos as well, because this looks like the same art style. So we have one in color and we have one in graphite. I'll start with the graphite one first. And okay, so as far as skill level, it does look like beginner level, or maybe in between beginner and intermediate. And I say that because the shading is, it's like, okay, well, for one, it's the same thing as the one of the other portraits where the shadows just aren't dark enough and the highlights aren't bright enough. But it's also that, like, it's blended kind of strange. I don't know, that might have been the intention, but I don't know that, of course. So, but whatever. Another thing is that there's no, like, definition in the eyes at all. Like, I don't see, the eyes look really flat. And then also the proportions for this portrait they seem a little off. Like, the forehead seems too short, like the eyes are up too high, and also the eyes are spaced really far apart. I don't know, the person in this portrait might actually just look like this, and then I'm gonna feel, see, this is why I don't do that. Y'all are gonna hate me. Okay, I don't know what this person looks like in real life. They might actually look like this, but I'm just going off what I know about anatomy. Okay. The ear is also very flat, which is, I actually laughed when I saw that, because I'm somebody who, like, I'm all about the face, right? All about, like, eyes, nose, lips, and everything like that. And I put so much energy into doing that stuff that once I get to, like, hair and ears, I just be like, whatever. My stuff comes out. Like, sometimes I will completely forget to shade in ears. Like, if I'm doing, like, one of those little color pencil characters. So this made me laugh, because I'm like, I wonder if this person just, like, forgot the ear was there after, like, doing all the work on the face, and it's just like, okay. Anyway, but if they didn't forget, and this is just how they shaded it, it looks very flat. The hair is pretty good. It's definitely better than what I could do. I think the hair is good. Especially around the edges. It looks very realistic, like where the hair meets her skin. So, that's good. Now let's get into the color portrait, which I believe is done in paint. So for this, I pretty much have, like, the same kind of pros and cons, except there is a lot more definition in this one, a lot more dimension to it. But once again, the eyes are really flat. What you could do to like make the eyes look more realistic is to have, like, a little bit of a shadow underneath the eyelid, like on the whites of the eye. Put a darker color, like, right underneath where the eyelid is, and, like, blend it into the white, because our eyelids do cast a shadow over our eyes, and that's what makes it look more realistic. Also, add in, like, the bottom, what is it called? I don't know, the bottom lid of the eye. And some bottom lashes as well. Another issue, like I said, in the other one, is that the proportions just look really off. I can see that her head is kind of tilted to one side, but one of her eyes shouldn't be so much lower than the other. The left eye is, like, a lot lower than the right eye. And if her head is tilted, then her eyes should be tilted that way as well. They shouldn't be straight. Her cheeks look a little tilted. Like, one is too high, one is too low as well. Yeah. I do think that you're a lot more skilled with the paint than you are with the graphite, though. I mean, I don't know why I'm saying that like I'm talking straight to this person, but yeah, I think this artist is a lot more skilled with the paint and the color than they are with graphite. And I'm the same way too. Work on the proportions and making things, giving things more definition. So my last submission, okay, so this I can also tell wasn't meant to be like realism or anything like that. It looks kind of like a comic book style. Yeah, so with that kind of art, obviously proportions and features can be exaggerated, and I'm guessing that's what this artist was trying to do. It's hard to judge this because like I can't really judge the shading because there really is no shading in the face. At least there's no shading in the face, so I can't really judge the shading. And I feel like I shouldn't judge the proportions because, like I said, the style that it's in, this was probably the intention for the features to be like exaggerated like this. As far as skill level, I would say you could work on it a little bit, because even though it's like a less detailed style that you're working with, this is like very little detail. Very little detail. So yeah, I feel like you could add some shading. Just add some shading and maybe add more like little details in the things that you do have in the photo, like in the lips. Add more of like a more little wrinkle, or like in the nose. Even if you don't shade it in, draw like little lines to show like, oh, this is the bridge of the nose. This is like a highlight. This is a dark shadowy part. I think underneath, whenever somebody is wearing glasses, you can see like a slight shadow underneath. So like add a little shadow underneath the glasses in the shape of like the bottom rim or whatever it's called. Put some like lines in the forehead, you know, to show some kind of expression. That's what is missing really, is something that shows expression in the face. So yeah, that's what I would say that you need to work on. Go ahead and submit for the next video for next month. If you want me to judge or rate your portraits, only portraits. I don't feel like I've mastered any other kind of art yet to be able to be judging other people's. But submit portraits. And for those of you who don't know, that's here up. Okay. I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay. Bye. Based on this portrait, I would assume that they have been drawing for only, I don't want to say that because why did I do this to myself? I know I hate doing this. It looks like they haven't quite learned how to shade properly yet. It kind of looks like they were just trying it out for the... Number 2, the eyes are flat, the nose is flat, and obviously the lips and teeth are flat. There's just no dimension. There's, you know, I'm gonna just say I don't like it, okay? I don't like it. It's... Work on... yeah, let's just move on.